It is time to have a conversation with the one, the only Father Eric Schild, pastor of St. Joseph in Maumee. Good morning to you, Father Eric.
Hey, Father.
Good morning, Dave. Good morning, Ron. Good morning, Annunciation Radio.
It's time for Off the Collar. Father, we're going to present you with 3 questions. You've not been made privy to these questions in advance. That's why we call it Off the Collar. It's a little play off the cuff. It's kind of like that, but you wear a collar, so we call it Off the Collar instead of off the cuff. 2 kind of nonsensical questions to start with, a bit funny, and then the third one, a serious one wrapped around Lent. And if you're ready, I've got the first one teed up and ready to go.
Lay it on me.
All right, here it is. If someone had your exact memories and thought patterns, but they owned a restaurant, what would the name of the restaurant be, and what kind of food would it serve?
Where do you people come up with these things? Is ChatGPT generating these?
No, this is the thing. Like, you have internet, right? And then you have all these other things, but I just go into my brain and stuff just pops out. Like, I don't know where it comes from.
Dave lies awake at night thinking of these questions.
Yeah. What can I ask Father
Ponderings
Eric?
with Dave, yes.
Well, so I have to be honest. So I frequent a restaurant in Maumee quite a bit, and it's called Dale's. Dale's Bar and Grill, owned by a parishioner. It was Bill Anderson, and now it's his son Kane who owns it. And even my picture is up there. So in the first 6 months as pastor of Maumee St. Joe's, I got my picture up on the wall.
Nicely done.
And not for nothing bad either, so that was good, right?
Yeah, right. Wasn't for a bad check or anything.
It's not by the cash register.
And so, but I've been trying to get them to name a sandwich after me. You know, and my this is not that I've thought about this, but I think the one thing that they're lacking is they don't have a double cheeseburger. And that's just kind of a problem to me.
Yeah.
And so, I always thought that if because my nickname in college was Big E.
Big E.
And I know you probably can't figure why, but I would think that you could name that burger that, or maybe it's the name of the restaurant. You call it Big E's, and and you have a double cheeseburger there that's some form of the Big E, and you I think that's what I would call it. I would call it the Big E, and I would probably have that kind of that similar food.
Now, what's shocking to me is when I put these questions together, how often it is that you've actually already thought about these things.
Yeah.
I mean, these things have already gone through your mind, and you actually have them played out. So thank you very much.
Okay, so I'm going to call.
I think that this is all a setup. Just how messed up I really am.
We're eavesdropping.
Yeah, right.
But I'm going to call Dale, so I'm going to suggest Schild on a shingle. What do you think?
Oh, Schild on the shingle. That's double Schild on the shingle.
Schild on a shingle.
Oh, that's good.
I love that, Ron. That would be fantastic.
Oh,
Going back to our little Christmas extravaganza with Monsignor Billion.
That's right.
When he made his famous, what was it?
Yeah, what did they call that?
I've forgotten
what did he call it?
Yeah, I've forgotten.
But my family always called it, you know what?
Oh, yeah, right, yeah, right.
It wasn't Schild either.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All right, question number 2 for you, Father. What's the smell that instantly transports you back to childhood?
Incense.
Does it really? Incense.
Incense, because that was, I loved using incense when I was a kid serving and all that, and so when I smell incense, I am transported back to simpler days. Maybe that's why I use it so much, because it's I always had fondness for incense. So that's the smell. Now, there's certain incense, though, that doesn't smell so good, so that doesn't transport me back to those days, but the good incense does.
What about home smells? Like, for me, my father smoked a pipe. Anything like that?
Well, so my parents would always incense the house.
Oh, so
I'm
incense
kidding.
too?
I was going to say, picturing Mrs. Schild walking around the table.
Yeah, right. That's funny. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, they would incense the kitchen table, my bed, I mean, all sorts of things like that, I'm trying to think. I mean, my dad didn't smoke a pipe, so
Yeah.
But probably something my mother's cooking.
Yeah, right.
She would always make this just chicken and gravy, and it just kind of filled the house, and it tasted even better, and it just was was one of those hearty winter meals that just
Good
it
stuff.
was yummy. Yeah. Makes me want to eat some of it now.
Mm-hmm.
We are now in the fourth week of Lent, so I'd ask that you share a reflection on Jesus' scourging at the pillar.
Oh, so one of the things that if people have the opportunity to travel overseas, if you've noticed the past few weeks, all my reflections have been on these personal experiences with these various the key elements to these stories that you're asking me to share a reflection on. And over in Rome, there is the scourging pillar. And so one of these churches, and it's kind of this off the beaten path church. I think it's called San Prassede. I think it is, but don't hold me to that. Okay, this is off the collar afterwards.
Right.
After all, so I'm not supposed to be accurate on this stuff. And so, but they have the pillar where he was scourged, and so he would have been kind of chained or tied to that pillar, and they would have scourged him. And that's the one thing about Mel Gibson's The Passion of the Christ. That's probably the one scene that always sticks with me is the scourging scene, because literally that scourging was taking his flesh off his back. The whips and chains and the little metal things that were meant to dig into your flesh, and to literally tear off your flesh, your skin, and to leave you a bludgeoned mess, right? But here's the thing. I mean, that alone should have killed him. That alone should have killed him.
Right.
And yet he kept going.
Right.
He kept going for us, right? And I think in those moments of life when we feel like, boy, we just can't keep on going because we've had to deal with this, that, or the other thing, Jesus' scourging always is a reminder to me of the fact that we can have that supernatural strength to keep on going and to keep on fighting the good fight.
Powerful, powerful. Father Eric Schild, thank you so much. What a great rendition or edition of Off the Collar.
Great to be with you guys.